Hey coin collectors, and welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Today it's the 1999 United States dime, the Roosevelt dime. You see Roosevelt facing left here. Here's the Philadelphia dime here with the P, Denver dime with the D, and way over here is the San Francisco dime. This is a proof dime, and you can tell by the shininess here. Only comes out in a proof set. So you have to buy the actual set to get these generally, but sometimes you can get them individually on eBay or through your coin dealer. So San Francisco Mint S. 1999 was a huge year for coins. If you're trying to get all the different denominations from 1999 from all the different mints, you're going to be talking about a huge number of coins. Let's take a look at them. 1999 was the first year for the state quarter series. So you see here we have the Delaware, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Connecticut. The first 5 coins in the state quarter series were issued. 1999, of course, was the last year for the Susan B. Anthony dollar, which we have here. And, of course, there were nickels minted in 1999, half dollars, the Kennedy half, and pennies. But today we're talking about the dimes. And there can be some very valuable dimes from 1999. There's not a bunch of them, but we'll talk about the different kinds and we'll look at one of the kinds of error coins that you can try to collect from 1999 also. At the Philadelphia Mint in 1999, they made 2,164,000,000 coins. These coins are all over the place out there. They're not hard to get at all. And in general, they're not going to be very expensive just because there's so many of them out there. But one of the things that happens when you make 2 billion of a coin is sometimes you kind of rush through them and you don't make a lot of great ones. These coins are 75% copper, 25% nickel coating over a pure copper center. And so when you flip it over, you can often see that pure copper in the center. Sometimes it doesn't look like there's a coating on the front or the back, but then when you flip it over, you see this nickel copper blend. On the back says United States of America 1 dime, E pluribus unum. This is where the money will be in these coins. You need to get a torch that has bands going across with a line through it at the top and the bottom, and then the lines going down through here have to be in good quality too. And this one, of course, is not going to be. So this is not going to be a very valuable coin. We have an olive branch over here, an oak branch over here, and you can see the acorns and the olives on these. E pluribus unum across the bottom. At a Mint State 65, which is a pretty good coin, they cost about $8. So you can get a pretty good one for $8. At a Mint State 69, they found one so far, should be worth in the hundreds of dollars, maybe as much as $1,000. But somewhere in the middle there, it's really hard to get one of these Philadelphia coins that's worth more than $100. I talked about the full bands on the back, and they call that the full bands version. But you can get a non-full bands version without the full bands on the back. At Mint State 69, there's one that goes for $850. So just because you don't have the full bands doesn't mean you don't have a good quality coin. And sometimes you can get quite a bit of money for those. At the Denver Mint, they made $1.4 billion. The auction record is $1,800 for a Denver Mint coin. And there is a Mint State 69 out there. There are 4 of them that go for $2,150. But if you get down to a Mint State 65, you're going to be talking very, very little money, probably around $8. Now, sometimes you get a coin that looks like this and it'll have these dents or chips in it. This is almost always what they call PMD, or post-mint damage. Even if it happened at the mint, if it was damaged at the mint, it's not going to be hugely valuable. When we're talking about error coins, we're talking about coins that have actual problems with them in the minting process, not coins that got damaged at the mint. So let's take a look at one of those error coins. Now this is something that you find pretty often on eBay. These are offset coins, and this one's actually a 50% offset, which means about half or more of it is going to be off the coin. And if you do find an offset coin like this of any denomination, the trick is you need to have this right here if you can, the date and the mint mark. That really, really adds to the value. So if we look through this one, we'll see that it is just a mess. And you'll find a bunch of these on eBay in various levels. And then, of course, the back is going to be offset too. So it didn't quite meet the planchet and hit where the dime was supposed to be. And somebody must have probably put these, take them out of the trash or put them in there, or just picked them out. And now that wouldn't be legal to do, but at the time it wasn't legal either, but the U.S. Treasury is not going after people for these. So if you look on eBay, just put in the 1999 dime and you'll see a bunch of them kind of like this. 1999 off-center dime, 50%. And then you see this one's about $45 or best offer. And there's a number of other ones on there. So if you are looking for error coins, eBay's not a bad place to at least get an idea of what's out there. All right, now let's get back to our coins. Okay, so you may be able to find some error coins from 1999. This coin also, the Denver Mint coin, if you get it in a Mint State 69, no full bands, can be worth as much as $650. So always look at the quality in addition to looking at the full bands. And then finally we have the San Francisco Mint coin, and you can tell this is a deep cameo coin. And if you get the light right, it just moves all over the place. Just a really, really sweet job that they did at the San Francisco Mint in 1999 on these proofs. Almost all of them are really, really good. And so what that means is it's going to be hard to get a super one because they made them so well. They made 2.5 million. The best one right now you could get for somewhere around $20 to $25 at a proof 70. Online and at eBay, you can see them anywhere from 20-something to 70-something dollars. In this coin, on the back, you can definitely see those full bands there, top and bottom. This is a spectacular coin, but it's only worth about $20 because they made so many good ones. They also made this coin. This is the copper nickel clad version. They also made this coin in a silver version. So when you want to talk about how many coins they made in 1999, remember that they have silver versions of all these state coins, silver versions of the dime, silver versions of the Kennedy half. So that's another whole set of coins. So if you try to get all of them, you're talking about 30-something coins that were produced in 1999. The silver version of this coin, at a proof 70, the highest you can get, is worth about $30. So not huge values. So if you're looking for them, what are you looking for? Well, the proof coins are never going to be very valuable from 1999 unless there's some kind of error to them. The Denver Mint coins maybe get as much as $2,000 for one in spectacular condition. And the Philadelphia Mint coins, you could certainly get up into the $800 or $900 range, perhaps a little bit more if you can find a really good one. All right, well, that's all we have today from DC Coin World International Coin Channel. We'd love to have you subscribe to the channel. Leave any comments you have in the comment section.